Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 5,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's so close, thanks for supporting me guys. Two-way champion says Gervonta Davis is not a good boxer. People don't understand. Teofimo Lopez has been putting rival fighters on blast since becoming a two-way world champion early month, and Gervonta Davis is the latest man to receive some smoke from the Takeover. With both men part of the lightweight division's new Thor Kings, two of whom now fight at super lightweight, Lopez and Davis' names have been put together on and off for the past few years. And speaking to correspondents, Lopez seemed to insinuate he will tank as little more than a puncher, and who is not good at boxing. What do you think Tank will try to do? Press me. If he doesn't press me, he will try and box me, and he is not good at boxing. He is not a boxer. People don't understand this. He grew up in a handbangers gym in DC, and they used to put a tire on the floor, put their foot in the middle of the tire and bang it out. After a host of flat performances stemming back to his loss to George Kambosos Jr. in 2021, as well as the issues in his personal life. However, he managed to set his ongoing outside of the ring problems to the side and produce one of the best performances of his career so far, to defeat WBO 130 pounds champion Josh Taylor at the Madison Square Garden Theater and catapult himself towards even bigger nights and even more titles. Lopez has maintained that he is currently retired, but has also admitted a big money contract would lure him back into the ring. Shakur Stevenson admits disrespectful fighter is only one on his skill level. Shakur Stevenson is widely regarded as one of the most skilled fighters in boxing, and is usually not shy about letting people know about it. A two-way world champion aged just 25 and more to follow seeming like an inevitability. Stevenson rarely has a high opinion of himself and has said previously there are a few like him around. However, in a recent interview, the New York Southpaw admitted he felt like top-ranked stablemate Gervonta Davis was on a similar level when the pairs sparred together. I'm a real person at the end of the day, and I always tell the truth. What makes him, Davis, different from me? That I've been in the ring with him and he gives me great sparring, he gives me great work. I'll keep it real with you, that's what makes him different from me. When I get in the ring with somebody and they are able to compete with me on a high-level skill, it shows me how good he is. One thing I like about him is he is a real disrespectful fighter, and that's going to take him a long way too. They can move Keishon as fast as they want to move him. I feel like he's ready for the big fights and the big names at 135 pounds. I think he can handle his own with any fighter in the world, and he's got a great future ahead of him. Davis scored a career-best win over twice world title challenger Anthony Iggy last time out, and will hope to continue his own progression towards the biggest on movers against Francisco Patero next month. Should the two keep winning, a huge fight between Stevenson and Davis is only a matter of time. Bernard Hopkins predicts Errol Spence Terence Crawford. He is ready to prove himself. International Boxing Hall of Fame Bernard Hopkins Jr. is no stranger to big fights. The former undisputed world middleweight champion never shied away from facing the best of the best in his long 67-fight career. He recorded 19 consecutive title defenses in that division, before later stepping up to become the lineal light heavyweight title holder and face top-quality opposition, including Jerk Zahe, Roy Jones Jr., and Sergey Kovalov. As such, he is well placed to comment on the match anticipated upcoming bout between two of the best current pound-for-pound fighters in boxing. On Saturday, July 29th, Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford step up for a legacy fight at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. On paper right now, and tailing twice, I see this fight being a pick'em. I'm leaning more towards Spence based on style, but Crawford is live, dangerous, and ready to prove himself to the world, to the naysayers, to everybody. I believe Crawford got the bigger chip on his shoulder. I believe Spence is the most talented one of the two, but that alone won't be enough for this fight to be won or lost, Hopkins said. The former world champion in 2-weight American Shakur Stevenson told what options he is considering for the next fight. According to Stevenson, he does not mind meeting the undisputed lightweight title holder Devin Haney, but for him a more attractive fight against Gervonta Davis. We are going to make a plan for our future actions and see which options make more sense for us. If you look at everything from a business point of view, then the most attractive option is against the Tank. It's a big fight, more than any other. On the other hand, if I fight with Devin Haney, I will get the opportunity to take all of the lightweight belts. My champion side wants it. I was a champion in every weight category I fought in, but the business side makes me risk everything. I'm ready to put everything on the line in a battle with the Tank Davis. Put us in the ring and see who wins, Stevenson said. The WBO World Welterweight champion Teofimo Lopez ran over the holder of the WBA title in the lightweight Gervonta Davis. The reason for Lopez's criticism of the Tank Davis was the fact that Davis included a registration clause in the contract for the fight with Ryan Garcia. Let's assume that I sign a contract to fight with the Tank, and we will meet each other. They will find a way to postpone this fight, and then they will continue to postpone it, forcing me to waste my time. If I withdraw from the fight, what will everyone say? Teofimo Lopez said. Does Davis make conditions about registration and intermediate weight? This is a cowardly move. Gervonta, you are a pussy, you are a bitch. I don't care what everyone says, Lopez said. Teofimo Lopez chose a more attractive opponent for himself between compatriots Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. I'm thinking more about the fight between me and the Tank Davis and not about Ryan Garcia. I like fighting the guy who won more than the guy who lost. In their fight, Ryan just kept throwing hooks. It was very readable. Between me and the Tank, it's going to be a hell of an explosive fight, but I have no doubt that I will surpass him, Lopez said. Former welterweight world champion Sean Porter, despite the confident victory of the newly minted 148-pound WBO title holder Teofimo Lopez in a fight with Josh Taylor, does not advise him to fight with such fighters as Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. Even though it was a great fight for Lopez and a great performance, I still saw some gaps in his defense. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. He seemed to lack stamina and couldn't keep up the pace. Who would you like to see Teofimo Lopez fight next? We would all like to see him in the ring with a strong fighter, but I would not approve of his fight with Gervonta Davis. He would also have a very rough night if he met Devin, Porter said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.